your body? I mean, you took a little beating there at the end of the game. You feeling okay this morning?
Yeah, I am. It's went in Sunday and kind of got everything treated. Got the knee looked at, made sure I was recovering correctly and everything. And practice today, it felt good. So feeling good going forward with the rest of the week for sure.
What's this week mean to you, and also kind of balancing, the emotions of your final game here with wanting to continue this accomplishment?
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. You kind of got to stop and look at it and realize, Coach Frost said today we got 11 days left of the season, which is crazy. Kind of talking to some of the other seniors, we're all talking about how it's kind of a bittersweet moment. We get a big opportunity this weekend. Yet it's the last time we get to play in the stadium. So just kind of trying to take it through a different perspective, I guess. Take a step back and kind of enjoy it. But making sure we're kind of sticking to the same path, especially for the younger guys. Obviously, it's not their senior day, so we got to kind of treat it like a normal week. But at the same time, you can kind of appreciate everything that's gone on here and everything this place has done for us going forward to this last home game.
You obviously wish you could have played more this year.
Yeah.
But is there a way you can look back at it and take kind of pride in how it's developed for you, staying with it and getting back?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially looking back to the day. Well, it was real early in the season, kind of the first couple games where I realized my knee wasn't 100% and everything. I didn't really know if I'd be able to finish out the season, if I'd be blessed to get these last few games like I have. So, everything up to this point has kind of been gravy for me. I didn't really know if I'd be able to get, like I said, the last few games, and surgery went well, and Mark and Drew and those guys took care of me and made sure I was able to come back in, I think, just 4 weeks. So, yeah, I'm definitely happy. It's rough. Yeah, it sucks that I missed part of the season, but on the other hand, there's definitely a good chance I wasn't going to be able to, depending on how things went in the operating room. So I'm really glad that things worked out and I was able to finish out.
With Jay, Sean, and DeAndre out, how bad have they needed you back out there? It seems like the depth that they really needed you.
Yeah, and for me moving to a different position, Coach Dawson didn't have to explain that to me. I completely understood why we're moving guys around and why I'm taking more snaps out there. Definitely need the depth, and I'm enjoying it out there. It's when you look at it, it's really the same thing. It's just on a different offensive lineman. You're going to get a lot of the same looks and the same blocks. Obviously, there's some different nuances to it, but at the end of the day, all three of the D linemen are kind of doing the same thing to an extent. So I'm enjoying it, and we're just continuing to work hard in that room and kind of develop the guys that are playing out there.
Over the course of 5 seasons, you haven't, I'm sure, won as much as you like. But what does adversity reveal not only about your own character but this program, and what can be taken forward based on kind of coming through those struggles?
Yeah, I definitely have learned a lot about myself the last few years. We've fallen short plenty of times. I've been told, the loser's not the guy that gets knocked down, the loser's the guy that doesn't get back up. So I've continued to try and fight, and I know a lot of these seniors have throughout the last 5 years, through everything that's kind of gone on. I hate 4 D-line coaches, 4 defensive coordinators, all that stuff, but no, I continue to work hard and move forward. It says a lot about this place. Through everything that's changed, coaches and players and everything like that. One thing that's remained the same is, been the good people of this university and the fans. They've never wavered. They've always kind of had our back, which obviously I knew that coming in here, being a kid from here. That's one thing I can definitely look back and be happy. Nebraska's always going to be that way, no matter what, if we're winning or losing. So definitely blessed to kind of have had that opportunity.
Did you have to learn how to be adaptable as a person, going from coach to coach to coach to coach, not just head coaches, but as you said, your position coach? What kind of challenge was it to be just adaptable to different schemes and different people? Yeah,
I mean, you kind of, after you get a coach for a while, you kind of think you know what's going on, and then someone else comes in and has maybe a different way of looking at things or a different way to teach it. And after this last staff got fired, I kind of thought I knew what there was to know about defensive line at a college level, but Coach Dawson came in and he completely shocked my system. I learned so much more under him. He carried a much different perspective on how to play defensive football and kind of some different nuances of the position and the defense as a whole. He's a really smart guy, and I'll forever be thankful to have worked under him for a year. He's been great, and he's taught me a lot. Where I kind of thought, didn't know if there was that much more to learn about playing D-line, but he taught me so much more, and yeah, I've definitely been happy about that.
It seems like 10 fumbles are around there the last 2 weeks. Is there something confident? You know, are you hitting harder? Is it, what do you add it all up to why that's happening?
You know, I think part of it is confidence. You know, I said it on Saturday after the game. A lot of it is effort to the ball. I mean, the more guys you're getting to the ball, if someone's holding on to the ball carrier and then another guy gives them a shot up top near the ball, you know, that thing's going to come out a lot easier. Or if guys are there, they're going to be able to scoop it up and recover it. So, you know, it's effort, it's attitude, and then also the drills in practice, making sure that we're taking those more seriously. We do all sorts of turnover drills. It's kind of the first thing we cover usually every day in practice. So I think guys are starting to realize that those will actually pay dividends in the end. You know, it's not just something we do to stay busy. So that's definitely been something we've been working on.
Is there an art to it, to making sure you have a tackle secured and then ripping at it?
Yeah, I mean, if a guy's up and he's trying to continue to go, you know, and he's uncovered, you know, you want to go for that ball. And, you know, you watch some of our players, especially, you know, you can see on the film Trey Neal, he's always going for the ball. He's kind of got a nose for it. Some of those other guys in the back end, you know, Mo is always kind of going for it. So, yeah, there's definitely kind of an art to it. You know, some guys, if they see an open chance, they'll go right for it, and you know that's what we need. Need to create those turnovers, get the ball back to the offense.
What's it been like for you and some of those other in-state guys like Gerald and Luke being the captains this year as you guys are setting that tone? And does it feel like there's even been a payoff for you guys, even though the record might not reflect it?
Yeah, you know, I've been talking to them about this throughout the whole thing. You know, it hasn't gone the way we wanted, but you know, I'll definitely be watching this team very closely in the years to come. You know, I love all these guys. I love the guys that have stuck it out and continue to work hard through a tough season. And I can't wait to see them succeed in the future. You know, obviously we've still got some work to do this season, but I know this thing's going up, and man, I'm gonna be so proud of these guys when it's you know, a year or two from now and they're winning tons of games and having a lot of success here. And you know, I do see these guys working hard and starting to develop a love for the whole process. So, yeah, it's, you know, you can say what you want to say about what our class has succeeded since we got here, but I really do hope that we realize the impact we're leaving on some of these younger guys. So that's kind of something I've taken pride in, is making sure I'm keeping those guys in check, especially the younger D linemen and everything, and making sure they're doing well. Even the guys on scout team, you know, just always checking on people. So yeah, definitely. When we're done here, it'll be kind of fun to look back and watch these guys win.
Captains in particular, has there been a certain style of leadership or an approach that you guys have been conscious about?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of goes back to the summer. Just being more involved. You know, making sure that if someone misses class or someone's not doing the right thing in tutoring or something like that, you know, we're the first people to hear about it, not the coaches. So we can kind of go after those guys or get it addressed. So, you know, it's definitely being more involved, taking more of it on your own shoulders rather than letting the coaches handle things.
Mick, was there a point, an example where you saw that the foundation you were laying was solid?
Well, just speaking for the defensive line room, the guys in the room were just doing a really good job of we have a list that goes around, and, you know, I know there was a few weeks consecutive where not a single guy in our entire room had any issues on or off the field, which, you know, I was really proud of that. It just kind of shows that they're focused. They're focused on the work. They're focused on the task at hand. You know, they're not getting distracted and not letting things outside of this place affect the way they do business. So that's kind of one example. I know those numbers have continued to kind of go down as we've gone on. But, yeah, it's when you see it not only on the field but off the field, guys really taking pride in what they do around here and what they're here to do. You can definitely kind of see that.
I know it's probably not the first thing on your mind, but the legacy you're leaving and the guys you're leaving behind, who are some leaders that maybe we can look to in the future, particularly on defense?
You know, Mohammed, he's been great this year. He's worked so hard, and you know, if the guys weren't listening to him then, you know, they definitely are now. Just seeing how hard he plays every Saturday, and he kind of puts it all on the line. So, you know, he's definitely a guy going forward that will help lead this team. I think DiCaprio Boodle, he's set a great example of kind of how to handle yourself on and off the field in that defensive backfield. So he's another guy. You know, we're losing some seniors, and he's a guy that's going to be great moving forward. And I'm excited to kind of see how some of those guys develop going forward. Good. Thanks, guys.